Hi students. Today we will discuss about a new topic, which is the electrical system of the control system, and we will discuss about the electrical systems. Okay. In the last class we have discussed about mechanical rotational system, and we have done problem of mechanical rotational system, and also we have studied about the mechanical translational systems. Now we will deal with the electrical systems. Okay. So the models of electrical systems can be obtained by using resistor, capacitor and inductor. The current voltage relation of the resistor, inductor and capacitor are given in the table. Okay, in the electrical system we are using the basic components such as resistor, capacitor and inductor, and the current voltage relationship of the resistor, capacitor and inductor is in the table. And here first, for the resistor, let I of t be the instantaneous current through the resistor and V of t be the voltage drop across the resistor when that current flows. So the equation for V of t and I of t can be written as V of t equal to R into I of t, and I of t can be written as voltage divided by resistance, that is equal to V of t divided by R. Similarly, in the case of an inductor, which is represented by L, let I of t is the current through inductor and V of t is the voltage drop across inductor when that current flows. So we can write the equations for V of t and I of t as V of t in the case of inductor will be equal to L into d I of t divided by dt. And similarly, the current through the inductor will be I of t equal to 1 by L into integral V of t into dt. Also, next is the case of capacitor, and let I of t is the current through the capacitor and V of t is the voltage drop across the capacitor. In that case, we can say that V of t will be equal to voltage drop across the capacitor will be equal to 1 by C into integral I of t into dt. Similarly, I of t can be written in the case of capacitor as C into dV of t divided by dt. These all equations you should by heart. Okay, I think you might have studied it in the previous classes, so it is an easy thing for you. Okay, but anyway, it will be useful for doing problems, so you should by heart it. Okay. So, for modeling an electrical systems, the electrical network or equivalent circuit is formed by using resistor, capacitor and inductor, also voltage and current sources. So, in order to solve an electrical system, we need three components: resistor, capacitor and inductor, and we have to solve the electrical network, and we have to form the equivalent circuit of that electrical network, and that equivalent circuit is will contain resistor, inductor and capacitor. Okay. The differential equations governing an electrical system can be formed by writing Kirchhoff's current law equations, or by Kirchhoff's voltage law equations. So we can use KCL or KVL for solving the circuit or network, and so that we will get the differential equations corresponding to that network by using Kirchhoff's current law or Kirchhoff's voltage law equations. And the transfer functions can be obtained by taking Laplace transform of the differential equations and rearranging them as the ratio of the output to input, and the final the final result should be the transfer function. Okay. For getting the transfer function, we are taking the Laplace transform of the differential equation, and we will return it as a ratio of the output to input. So we will get the transfer function, and the details of the system will be explained by doing a problem. Okay. So first example is that for the electrical system, you know that that system will contain electrical components. So first question is that obtain the transfer function of the electrical network shown in the figure 1. Figure 1 contains a electrical network, and you can see that in that network there is a voltage source E of t and a resistor R1, resistor R2 and capacitor C1 and capacitor C2 are there. So you are asked to find out the transfer function of the electrical network, that is you have to find out output divided by input. Here output is V2 of t and input is E of t. Okay. So V2 of t, ratio of V2 of t divided by U of t you have to find out. Okay. That is the transfer function. So first of all we have to write the Laplace transform for input, that is Laplace transform of E of t will be equal to E of s, and the output is V2 of t. So Laplace transform of V2 of t is equal to V2 of s. And the transfer function of the network is output divided by input. That will be equal to V2 of s divided by E of s. That is the transfer function. Okay. So first of all, for doing problem, we know that in the previous section also we can use KVL rule or KCL rule for getting the differential equation. Okay. Here we are using the nodal analysis. You know that in the previous class you may have studied that for applying the nodal analysis, it is better the network has a current source, but here it is seen that there is a voltage source. So what will we do? So there is a method, source transformation technique, that the voltage source can be converted into current source. Okay, how can we convert the voltage source into current source? A voltage source with a series resistance can be converted into a current source with a parallel resistance by applying Ohm's law. Okay, so the source transformation technique is shown by figure 2. In that figure it is seen that there is a voltage source having value V and a series resistance R. Then that voltage source and series resistance can be converted into a current source and a parallel resistor. And the current source value will be equal to the voltage value divided by resistance. So the current is flowing upwards and its value is given by I is equal to V by R, and that current source is connected in parallel with the resistance value R. That is a source transformation of a voltage source into a current source. Next, a current source also can be converted into a voltage source, and it is shown in the figure 2. That is the lowest figure shows that there is a current source I with a parallel resistance R, and this current source can be converted into voltage source by using the equation V equal to IR. So the corresponding current voltage source is V, that is connected in series with R. This is the source transformation technique, and this is you might have studied in S3 classes. Okay, so we are using this source transformation technique in order to convert the voltage source E of t into a current source. Okay, so voltage source E of t with series resistance R1 can be converted into a current source with a parallel resistance R1. Okay, you got the idea? So that is shown in the figure 2. You can see in the figure 2 the transformed voltage source is shown. You know that you may have, it is better to compare figure 1 and figure 2. In figure 1 it is given that E of t is in series with R1, but in figure 2 it is given that there is a current source which is pointing upwards and which is in parallel with resistance R1. Okay, so voltage source E of t in series with resistance R1 can be converted into current source having value E by R1 with a parallel resistance R1. Okay, that is the transformation technique, and rest of the circuit is connected as in the figure 1. Okay, so after R1, C1 and C2 are connected, and that is the transformed network. Okay, this is a transformed network, and next we have to do analysis in this figure 2. For that we are assuming that the system has two nodes. First of all, in order to solve a system, as in the mechanical translational system and mechanical rotational system, we have to assume nodes. So here we are using KCL rule. For that we are assuming node in the system, and here in this circuit there are how many nodes? Here we are assuming that there are two nodes. That is assumed in the figure 1 itself. There are two nodes. Which are the nodes? Node 1 and node 2. In the figure 1 it is marked as node 1 and node 2, and similarly we can mark that node in figure 2 also, that is node 1 and node 2, and we are assuming two voltages corresponding to these nodes. The two voltages are V1 and V2. Okay, so we can start analysis at node 1. That is node 1 corresponding voltage is V1. Okay, you got the idea? So we can start with node 1, that is V1, and this is the nodal diagram for node 1 V1. So you can compare figure 2 and last figure, figure 3. At V1, the components connected are C1, R1 and current source and also resistor R1. Sorry, resistor R2. So you can see that the current direction is also marked. All the currents except the current source is flowing outwards. So we can write the KCL or Kirchhoff's current law as algebraic sum of incoming current to a node will be equal to outgoing current from that node. So what is incoming current? E by R1 is incoming current and all the other currents are outgoing. So the current through the resistor is V1 by R1. Current through the capacitor is equal to C1 into dV1 by dt, and current through another resistor R2 will be is equal to V1 minus V2 by R2. Why we are taking V1 minus V2 by R2? You know that the resistor R2 is in between the nodes V1 and V2. So the current through R2 will be affected by the differential node voltages. So we can write the current through the resistor R2 will be equal to V1 minus V2 divided by R2. So this is the nodal equation for each and every current. So we can apply KCL. So we can add all these currents so that we will get the equation as V1 by R1. You can use this diagram, V1 by R1 plus next component is C1 into dV1 by dt. So next term is C1 into dV1 by dt plus next is a resistance R2. So we can write it as V1 minus V2 by R2, and sum of all these currents will be, these all are outgoing currents, sum of all these currents will be equal to incoming current E by R1. So that is equated to E by R1. So we are writing the KCL equations as V1 by R1 plus C1 into dV1 by dt plus V1 minus V2 minus R2 equal to E by R1. So what is the next step? Once we got the differential equation, we can apply Laplace transform on it. Okay. So on taking the Laplace transform on the above equation with 0 initial condition, we will get a V1 of S by R1 plus C1 into S into V1 of S plus V1 of S by R2 minus V2 of S by R2 equal to E of S by R1. And this equation is obtained by applying Laplace transform on the equation which is shown which is written at the last line. That is, if we are applying Laplace transform on this equation, we will get V1 of S by R1 plus C1 into S into V1 of S plus V1 of S by R2 minus V1 of S by V2 of S by R2 equal to E of S by R1. That is the equation. Okay. So that is written here, and this equation can be rearranged so that we will get V1 of S can be taken outside and we will get V1 of S into 1 by R1 plus S into C1 plus 1 by R2 minus V2 of S by R2 equal to U of S by R1. That is equation number 1. So this is the equation corresponding to node 1 V1. So what is the next step? Next we have to apply KCL rule at node 2. So what is node 2? Node 2 contains the only components connected to node 2 is C2 and R2. So we can mark the currents as it is shown in the figure. At V2 there is only C2 and R2 is connected, and we can mark the current directions. Since it does not contain any voltage source, the current can be marked as the current through the C2 will be equal to C2 into dV2 by dt, and the current through R2 will be equal to V2 minus V1 by R2. And here we are taking V2 minus V1. Why we are taking V2 minus V1? Because R2 is connected between the node V2 and V1. So the current through the R2 will depend upon the differential node voltages. That is why we are taking the current through resistor R2 is equal to V2 minus V1 by R2. So at node 2 we can apply Kirchhoff's current law, and for writing the Kirchhoff's current law we are using the figure 4. So we can write it as all the currents are outgoing to node V2. So we can write V2 minus V1 by R2 plus C2 into dV2 by dt will be equal to 0. That is the equation. So we can apply Laplace transform on this equation. So we will get V2 of S by R2 minus V1 of S by R2 plus C2 into S into V2 of S is equal to 0 with initial condition. Okay. Initial condition is equal to 0. That is why we are getting C2 into S into V2 of S is equal to 0. So in this equation we know that we can rearrange this equation by taking V1 of S by R2 on left hand side of the equation, and all other terms will go to right hand side. So V1 of S by R2 will be equal to V2 of S by R2 plus C2S into V2 of S. In that V2 of S can be taken outside, so we will get V1 of S is equal to 1 plus SC2 R2 into V2 of S. That is equation number 2. So we can substitute the value of V1 of S from equation number 2 to equation number 1. Okay, it is simple substitution and it is simple mathematics, and this type of calculations we have done in mechanical rotational system and mechanical translational system, so it will be easier for you. Okay, so when we can substitute V1 of S value into equation number 1, so we will get 1 plus S into R2 C2 into V2 of S into 1 by R1 plus S C1 plus 1 by R2 minus V2 of S by R2 equal to U of S by R1. You know that equation number 1 is this, equation number 1 is this is equation number 1. In this equation there is a term V1 of S and we are substituting for V1 of S. So we got this equation like this. So we got the equation like this. Okay, so once we are substituting V1 of S value, we got this equation and we can simply rearrange these equations. So we will get 1 plus S into R2 into C2 into R2 plus R1 plus S C1 R1 R2 minus R1 divided by R1 plus R2 into V2 of S equal to U of S by R1. So in this equation what we are asked to find out is output divided by input, that is V2 of S by U of S. So we can sort V2 of S and U of S on left hand side. So we will get V2 of S by U of S will be equal to R2 divided by 1 plus S into R2 C2 into R1 plus R2 plus S C1 R1 R2 minus R1. So this is the transfer function equation. So we got the result of the question. So you are asked to find out the transfer function of the electrical network. So you got the transfer function, and in the result you have to write differential equation governing the first node, differential equation governing the second node, and finally the transfer function. Okay, that is the result, and the procedures are similar as we have adopted in the case of mechanical rotational system and mechanical translational system. So it is very easy to understand so electrical system. So you may do more problems. Okay, I think this session is understood for you. If you have any doubt you can ask me through messages. So in the next session we will meet with another topic. Okay.